Hi, it's Martin here from BTB Boxing. Delighted with our next guest. 4 wins in a row, 4 fights. Last one, a stoppage. Owen Cooper.
Hey, right.
I'm good, mate. You? Did you like that? Did you like the way I announced you then?
Yeah, I could do that Saturday night.
No, it'll be 5 then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Owen, thanks for giving us some of your time. I know you're deep into training. I know you've got a big, massive fight on Saturday. I'm over the moon for the boxing on Saturday. Unbelievable main event with Jason Cunningham, Brad Foster for the European title. And also we've got like a packed undercard, like stablemate of yourself, Danny Ball. But for you, with only 4 fights and to be on such a magnitude of an event, you've got to be over the moon. Oh
yeah, it's massive for me and my team, Malcolm Malvin, Darren Hunter. Like it's what I dreamed. Like, it sounds like stupid, but it's what you dreamed of. Like, obviously my last fight was on late notice, but like with this one obviously being on the poster, you know, like a big Frank Warren poster and stuff like that, it's everything you dream of, like when you first start out. So yeah, it's massive for me. It does mean a lot. The thing is, looking at your resume, you stopped a person that don't get stopped. I think the only person that stopped Daryl Pearce was Sam Noakes, and do you know what I mean? So for such a young start to your boxing career, it's amazing. And also, if you look at Sam Noakes' resume, he fought Daryl Pearce, and then he fought Des Newton. Yeah, stopped Des Newton as well. So no pressure. No, yeah, we're gonna go in there, and if it comes, it comes. I'm not looking for it, because I feel like when you look for the stoppage, it never comes. Whenever you're looking for it, it never comes. So I was gonna go in there and box to my best ability, and then whatever happens on the night happens. Well, it's crazy, because if you watch your last fight, it's like when you stopped him, because you put him down. And then you kind of, and then once you got back up, done his count, you stopped him then, didn't you? I think there was a couple more punches, and then you stopped him. But you went back as if there was no, like, as if it was just a standard day. Like, it was as if you just expected it to happen. Are you renowned for your power in the gym, or? I feel like now I feel like it's a thing as I'm getting a bit older. I feel like I'm filling into my physique a bit more. In like the amateur side of things, I never had many stoppages. I feel like now I'm get a stoppage in the amateurs though. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I feel like now I'm punching, I'm going through the target instead of just touching the target. And in the gym and sparring, some sparring partners, like they're always telling me how hard they seem to think I hit now. So I feel like, like I said, it's something. As I'm getting older, I'm filling out more, I'm punching correctly, and I feel like, hopefully we'll see it again on Saturday night. That's the thing. I think with the amateurs, it's very much it's very much work rate. It's very much like in and out. Whereas in the pro game, you kind of plant your feet a lot more, don't you? And you land more power shots, and the power comes into it. You don't not so much you need power, but you need to give your opponent needs to respect your power. If definitely. I feel like you said, they need to respect your power. They need to let them know that you can bang a bit, and they're not going to come forward then. Yeah, completely changes the fight. You know what I mean? If you hit someone and you're like feather fisted, and all of a sudden they walk through that power, it's a completely different fight for you then, because you're on the back foot and they're thinking, I've already gave him my best. Whereas you can kind of tell that you plant your feet. You took the amateur style into boxing, but you've also run on for the pro game. Like I've seen you, like when you're boxing. When you were boxing the first round, you were boxing in and out, you were tip-tapping, but then when you landed one clean shot and you caught him, it was as if you and your trainer was like, right, this is it. You know what you do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like a pit bull. What made you get into boxing? Like, what was the first thing that got you into boxing? I played football at a decent standard when I was about 10, 11 years old, as I was going into high school and stuff like that. But I was a big lad. Like, I carried a lot of weight. So, and my dad used to box. He was a journeyman. He was on the road, and he said, "Why don't you go down the gym? You know, it's good fitness. You lose some weight whilst you're doing it. It'd be good for your football." So I went down there, and I think on my first or second session, I was in the ring sparring, and I thought, you know what, I actually enjoy this, and kept going, and it got to a point where I had to pick football or boxing, and I said, you know what, I've done what I've done with the football, finished with that, and I really want to focus on the boxing, and that's how I got into it. Just fitness really at the start, and then fell in love with it. I'm crazy, man.
Can I ask you a question? In football, can I guess your position? Winger.
No, I was a striker.
Oh, was you a striker? Okay. How many hat-tricks did you score in your footballing career?
Not enough. That's why I gave up.
So you get into boxing. Did you go straight through to the amateur level? Because I know, like, we'll get on to your amateur career because it's quite impressive.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I just went straight into the amateur side, and that's how it all started for me. Obviously, I can't remember how many. I think I had 42 fights or something like that. Lost like 8 or 10 or something.
Records making in the amateur games.
No, that I learned that very quickly. I remember my first championships. I went in and I lost, and I got upset because I was very young, and I got upset, and I remember saying, I'm not going to be any good if I'm losing like this early on. And then my coach, Mick Underwood, he said, look, this is just your apprenticeship. He said, you're going to lose in the amateurs. He said, no one goes through the whole of the amateurs winning everything. He said, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. He said, it's the pros that matter. And I took that on board. And then from then, I never lost after that. I saw that in the amateurs. I just learned. Every single loss I had, it was just a learning lesson for me.
That's what the L means. You don't lose, you learn.
You learn, definitely.
And that's for any kid out there who's starting boxing.
Yeah.
And that's
100%.
something that they've always got to get drilled. Like, if you win every fight, then you're never going to learn. Like, sometimes a loss can be better than a win because you can learn from that loss. And like you said, you lost in the amateurs, you learned from it, and then you went on to do better. So you kind of said that. You kind of said in that story just that your coach turned around and said, "It's not the amateurs that losing the amateurs is nothing. It's the pros that we're bothered about." So, had you always got a plan to go into the pros?
Yeah. Obviously, following off of what I said, my dad was a pro. He was just on the road, but he always drilled it into me that I could do more than just going on the road and boxing for money. He said you could earn yourself a lot of money doing it the proper way, and I've always listened to him, and whether he's right or wrong, I'm willing to give it a go and try and do it properly.
Dad's never wrong.
No, I hope not.
We should know that. So you all of a sudden you move away from the amateurs, and then there you find yourself at Walsall Town Hall, which is kind of my neck of the woods. Your pro debut. What was you feeling? Was you more nervous for your pro debut than you was for your amateur, or?
Yeah, I feel like when you're a kid, you got all sorts of things going through your head, but you just focused on getting in there and just having a little dust up with some other kid, and that's it. But yeah, when you've known you've sold so many tickets and you've worked for weeks and weeks and weeks to try and impress everyone that's come out, I was very nervous for my first.
Well, and at Walsall Town Hall as well. And so, what was the reason? What was like the reason for joining BCB? Did you have a couple of promotional teams after you, or was BCB something you always wanted to go with?
It was always going to be the one, because I had Adam Harper. He he always told me about BCB. My dad was with Errol Johnson. Always told me he was a fair man. He was a good man, and he'd be right for me. So like I said, like my dad, he pointed me in that direction. And when I had a meeting with Errol, and I went up and I met him a couple of times before, because I was sparring up there now and again with the pros when I was a lot younger.
Who was you sparring with?
I can't think. I think a kid called Leon Gao. I don't know. I was about 16 years old.
Okay.
It was a long time ago, and yeah, I just speaking to Errol and Paul Man and them sort of people. I knew that when I was old enough to turn pro, or when I decided that it was time, that's who I was going to go with.
Yeah. Well, all I'll say about BCB is it's a boxing promotion that is absolutely flying. Literally, in lockdown, during lockdown, you only had to turn the TV on, and if there was a boxing show, you'd see Paul Man's face there.
Yeah.
He was literally everywhere, because everybody who boxes for BCB goes because they want to win. They want to win. Yeah. They entertain. They've got a great crowd. They just love boxing. So they're like, the BCB is everywhere. You're on BT Sports. You're on Sky Sports, DAZN. You're absolutely everywhere. I went to the show on Friday night at the hangar in Mullender, and the atmosphere was unreal. Yeah.
Very good.
And you can just see BCB bringing some massive nights of boxing ahead of us.
Yeah, going from strength to strength, like you said, through that, ever since the lockdown, they've had lads coming through, and like you said, Lennox Clark, Zach Parker, they're big net.
Danny Ball.
Danny Ball.
Rachel Ball.
Yeah, there you go. Like you said,
Kane Baker just signed for Kappa.
Yeah. Okay, these are sort of people that I look up to. That people that have come through from nothing, and they're just making a lot of noise in the sport, and they're the sort of people that I'm trying to be like.
That's the thing, like you're 21 years of age, so you don't need to rush your boxing career either. No. Like the fights against the likes of Daryl Pearce and Des Newton. I watched Des Newton on Friday. He's a good opponent, perfect opponent for yourself. Do you know what I mean? His game. He'll have a fight, but like you said, you stopped Daryl Pearce. So there's no reason why you can't do that to Des Newton. But if not, if you go all the way with him, it's still a success, because these are the guys that are going to make you better.
Definitely, this is where I want to get. I want to get the rounds in for, obviously, because this is my first step up in rounds, up to 6 rounds now. So I just want to get. I want to get the rounds under my belt. I want to go the distance. I want to make sure I can do it properly. It's all right doing it all in the gym and in sparring and everything, but what matters is on the night, and whether I can do it on the night or not. I haven't done it before, but I'm very confident that I can.
Are you on TV?
We do not know yet. I should.
There's a potential.
I hope so. It'd be nice. Obviously, my last one I was first on last time. So obviously it was behind closed doors. So all my supporters had to wait a long time to be able to see the fight. But yeah, if I am on TV, it's a bonus. You know what I mean? I'm just happy all the crowds are back, and everyone can watch me live in the arena.
No, I can't. I'm looking forward to it. And you can go into Broad Street straight after without paying for a taxi. If I was, say for instance, I'm watching this interview now and I'm looking to sponsor a boxer, why should I sponsor you?
I feel like I got a good following, good people around me. I'm excited. I feel like I'm if I do say so myself, I feel like I am an exciting fighter. I'm
You're genuine.
Yeah.
And that's what people want. People want someone genuine, someone who's going to give 100%, and somebody who wants to win.
Yeah, I'm down to earth. I wanna I'm willing to. I want to help people out as much as I can. Yeah, it's one of them. I don't know what else to say.
Anything you want to say to your sponsors?
Yeah, just a big thank you to all the sponsors. There they are. Because obviously without them, this wouldn't be happening right now. I wouldn't be able to box. Taking time off work and stuff like that to train. So yeah, without these companies behind me, that it wouldn't be possible.
So are you still working at the moment then? Like obviously not now. Like have you even been to work today, have you?
Oh no, I ain't worked for the last couple of weeks now.
What do you do?
I was working with my dad, just painting and decorating.
So there you go. Then. For any fans out there, you're a boxer who's boxing on BT Sports, and you still work as a painter and decorator. So it shows that on Saturday night, when everybody's thinking, "Oh, look at him, he's won after 6 rounds, he's enjoying it." You've not just put the training in; you've also had to work for yourself, and that's why people don't realise what boxers sacrifice.
Oh no, a lot of people. Everyone always sees just the glory and the hand being raised and stuff like that. But a lot of people don't see the other side of it, where you're dieting and you're still working and you early mornings and stuff like that. Boxers don't get enough credit for that sort of stuff, I don't think.
No, definitely not. So just before we go, what's your plans in when you hang up your gloves in so many years' time? Looking back, what would have been a successful career for yourself?
I won a British title. That's something I've always said from a kid. I love the look of the belt. I love everything that comes with it. A British title is where I want to get to, and anything after that is a bonus. I'm living the dream. But yeah, a British title, I could happily say I had my career and I got what I wanted.
I like it. Owen, look forward to seeing you Saturday night, buddy.
Thank you very much for that. Cheers, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.